Steve Gaskell here with Adventures of a Lifetime. This is a little warning video. Hello YouTube. Well, I've been putting this off for a long time, but today we're going to review my Outdoor Vitals sleeping bag. It's a 0 degree Summit sleeping bag through Outdoor Vitals. So, you know, I contacted Outdoor Vitals back in February when I was on my bike tour and let them know that, you know, the bag's leaking down out of all the seams. Maybe they should check their quality control. Maybe they're using too big a needle when they do their stitching, and maybe they should check it out just to try and inform them what's going on with their product out here. And you know, I wasn't asking for anything from them. I just wanted to let them know. And the very first thing I know, I get an email fired back to me, and the first thing they did was they were accusing me of having compressed the bag too quickly. And, you know, I watched their video on how to put your sleeping bag back into the compression bag, and I've been doing it the way they told me to in their video, and they just accused me flat out of compressing it too quickly, and it was all my fault. So, you know, and they were like, but if you send it in to us, we'll send you out a replacement. Well, for one, I'm in the middle of a bike tour and I'm outdoors every night. Well, what am I going to do? Send them my sleeping bag when I'm on tour and then get one back? That's going to leave me for, you know, weeks on end without anything to keep me warm at all. So that wasn't really an option. And secondly, why would I send them back one crummy sleeping bag to get another replacement that's not any better? They're just a very poor company. Their products are put together really shoddily. They're all made over in China, and you know, there's some companies in China that put out good products. Snugpak's a UK company, but they have their stuff manufactured in China, and I have never had an issue with the Snugpak product. They're all rock solid. One Tigress, I let them know that they had some issues with their products, and the very first thing they did was they were like, "Oh, really? What's the issues?" And I told them about some of the issues, and they went out and they bought all new materials, and they're really making an effort to make their products better. Some of their stitching was still not the greatest, and I let them know, and they are working on getting a new place to get them stitched up. Outdoor Vitals just didn't want to hear anything negative about their products. All they want to do is have good reviews out here and tell people how great they are. They're really good at telling you how great they are, when in fact they're second rate at best. So, you know, that's the one thing I absolutely can't wait to replace is my sleeping cover. I'm gonna go with a top quilt. I'm getting rid of Outdoor Vitals. When I get something else, I'm not even gonna give this to somebody else to use. It's going in the garbage because that's all it's worth. I don't recommend anyone buy anything from Outdoor Vitals. So here we go. I got it all laid out here on my tarp. At the best part of the whole thing, if you can get most of the down I've got shoved up into the midsection here, to try and get the most loft I can out of the middle part. You only get like 3 inches of loft out of it, and every other site I've looked at a lot of top quilts, and every maker that makes a top quilt that's 0 degree bag is got 3.5 inches of loft, and at best you're gonna get 3 inches of loft. These chambers right here I've got completely full of down, and I can only get 3 inches of loft out of the chamber, completely packed full, and the bag is not packed full of down. Down in this area, you can see how low it is down through here, down through the the bottom sections. This right here is a couple patches from where I brushed a barbed wire fence with it, and I immediately patched it with some Sea to Summit mattress patches, and it worked really well to patch it right up. You know, some of the places I had to sleep on my bike tour weren't the friendliest environment, but it patched right up. No big issue there, really. I didn't lose any down through that. I just patched it the very next morning. But the issue I really have with this bag is all these seams in the bag. They all leak down. Ever since I first got it, it was leaking down out all the seams. I talked to a few outdoor outfitters, and they said sometimes bags will leak a little down out of the seams when you first get them, but after a little bit it should stop. But this, as you can see, I got it a little over a year ago now, and it's still leaking down out of all the seams. I washed it in a commercial washer here about a month ago, and the seam up here in the hood just came open in the wash. It just pulled open in the wash, in a commercial washer like you're supposed to wash it in. The seam just fell apart in the wash. It's supposed to be a 0 degree bag, and so you expect to be warm down to 15-20 degrees in a 0 degree bag, which is about normal, because they are usually rated for 10 to 15 degrees colder than what they'll actually keep you warm at. But this bag, at 30 degrees, I'm okay in it. I'm not warm, I'm okay. Any colder than 30 degrees, and I start getting very cold in this bag. It is most definitely not a 0 degree bag. Everybody I've showed this bag to is like, that is not a 30 degree bag. That's like a 20 degree bag. Or I mean a 0 degree bag. That's like a 20 degree bag. They're all just absolutely turned off by it immediately. They're like, that is not a 0 degree bag, when I tell them it's a 0 degree bag. It does have a decent zipper to it. I'll give them credit for that. I haven't really had any issues with the zipper, but once again, as you can see, there's down all over on the outside of the bag. Here, let me unzip this a little bit here. It doesn't hang up much. The zipper doesn't hang up much, but they have a baffle at the top, and you know, it's supposed to be they're billing it as a lightweight bag and downfill bag, but the baffle has just a little bit of batting in it, and the batting is all kind of bunched up in it now. It didn't stay like it's supposed to. This should have been full of down, not like a cotton batting. So the baffle doesn't really work very effectively at all. Let's see here, get it the rest of the way open for you. So, as you can see, some of the chambers have adequate down in them for like a 30-degree bag or 20-degree bag, but that's not a 0-degree bag locked. That's not that much locked. And these chambers are pretty much full. Watch, this chamber right here is completely full of down, and so it's only got like that much locked in it, maybe 2 inches of locked. Not a 0-degree by any means. I just don't have a whole lot good to say about it. It's been leaking down ever since I first got it, and the seams are coming apart. I paid a lot of money for this. This thing, at the time I got it, with shipping, I paid $225 for this sleeping bag, and it still weighs a little over 3 pounds with this compression bag. It does have a compression bag that comes with it. I had a 30-degree bag from them as well, which I left behind at a campsite. I just left it laying there. So I'm using the compression bag for the 30-degree for my 0-degree because it just fits right in there and compresses down. It's that small. So they've got these little loops at the foot box to hang it by to dry it out. If you get it condensation on it and stuff, which it seems to collect condensation every night when it's cold. But as you can see, all the seams are just leaking. And there's really no excuse for this. It's a 20 denier ripstop nylon outer fabric, and what's happened is they just used too big of sewing needles when they put it together, and the down leaks out of the needle holes throughout the entire bag. So I'm very displeased. They did offer to send me another one when I got a hold of them after accusing me of causing the problem. They offered to send me another one, but I had to send this one back first in order for them to send a new one. And you know, that's not going to be really practical when you're on a bike tour and this is all you got to keep you warm. I'm going to be weeks on end without a sleeping bag at all? I don't think so. And you know, what's the whole point of sending me another one if you don't want to hear about the issues with the bag, and you're not going to take steps to correct these issues and make a better quality product? It's kind of pointless to get another bag if another bag is just going to be the same thing, you know, falling apart from day one, losing down out of it from day one. Whoops, luck ball. One thing it does do well is it builds a lot of static and collects dirt and dust on it, so I'm constantly cleaning it off. But the only good part about the whole bag is the zippers haven't been a real issue. It is kind of difficult to get it started. It's a double-ended zipper, and to try and get the two halves lined up, because the one side will pull down too far in there, and then it doesn't quite line up to get a start on the zipper. As you can see, it's done now. It won't even start. But they are YKK zippers. I haven't had any blowouts in the zipper. The zipper seems to hold up pretty well. Their little piece of stiff stuff in it does seem to keep it from snagging too awful much. It doesn't really snag very often at all. And when it does, I can just back it up and it's unsnagged. So that part seems to work fairly well. An irritant about it is they've got this Velcro closure up here at the top to go over top of the zipper. I'd have really preferred just a little snap, because if you don't have it all zipped up and this stiff part of the Velcro is on this side of the bag, and it tends to want to come over and brush against your cheek, and it's really scratchy and pokey. They really could have probably done a better job with this. So the insulation is supposedly 800 fill power duck down. It's a 20D ripstop shell fabric. Internal fabric is a 320T ripstop. YKK zippers, hanging loops, base drawstring, shoulder baffle drawstring, compression bag included. Heavy duty snag free YKK zippers are of the highest quality standards you can get. They're really good at blowing their whistle. But you know, it doesn't do you a lot of good if the down just continually leaks out of all the seams. Dimensions in its compression sack is 12 by 8 by 8. It's 3 pounds, and they're billing it as an ultralight. You know, it just is not the quality that they're continually billing it up to be. You know, that's the other thing. I washed these bags out at a laundromat when I first got them, and spent almost $50 on each bag to wash them, and wash them with downproof, and wash downproof into the bag. I put a full bottle of downproof in with the wash into the 30-degree bag, and 2 bottles of downproof into the 0-degree bag. So, you know, I really spent $275 on this bag, and for $300 I could have gotten a 0-degree bag from a more reputable company that already had waterproof down in it, and wouldn't have been the poor quality this one is. So this is just a warning video out there. I've been putting this off for, like I said, 7-8 months. I really hate to give negative reviews. So just buyer beware. And hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Sorry it's such a negative video. I really don't like to give negative reviews. I have a hard time doing it, but you know, every product out there has good and bad points, and this one just has very few good points. I haven't had an issue with their zipper. That's about the only good thing I can say about it. It's left me very cold numerous nights. So, you know, if you have any comments, feel free to leave any comments down below. And if you like this channel and would like to help it out and help sponsor the channel, I have a GoFundMe account, and I'll have a link. The link's up above in the header, and it'll be down below in the description of the video. You have a great day. God bless and smile, my friends.